Hello humans, Master Dinnerflex here, bringing you the low quality content you deserve, and today I'll be going over a quick combo, mainly for Master Duel, for Darklords. Now this is a really cool, fun deck you can take to rogue tournaments. It's surprisingly effective for what it is, but basically this was my rated grind deck before I switched to Lunalights. Basically because I just wanted to get all the random gem rewards, like gaining life and special summoning from the graveyard. I just wanted to get those gem points out of the way. But while grinding, I found some really cool combos for this, and you can actually translate these combos to the TCG if you want to. But basically, what we're going to need for this is we're going to need Angel 01, Indulge Darklord or any way to get to it, and then your opponent needs to control one whole effect monster. And it's not too hard to set up. You could just use a bunch of equalizers like Feather Duster and like Monster Breakers. The only thing you want is you want your opponent to have just one effect monster on the field. So let's start this off. We're going to start by normal summoning the Indulge Darklord. And this card is really unique and sounds really terrible outside of the context of this deck. So when it is normal summoned, you take two Darklord monsters with different levels from your hand or deck. One of them you special summon to your opponent's side of the field, and what we are going to give our opponent is Capricious Darklord. Now, there's others you can give them, and to be fair, it really doesn't matter what you give them that much, but Capricious is the best one to give your opponent if you don't plan on doing anything else, because while the Yugioh has the lowest stats, Capricious not only has equally pretty terrible stats, but it also reduces the stats of everything once your opponent puts this in the graveyard. So it's not just it has bad stats, but it makes everything else have bad stats as well. So this is a little better to give your opponent. But anyways, we special summon one to our opponent's field, and we add the other to our hand. Now this is a really cute card called Angel 01, and it can special summon itself from your hand by revealing one level 7 or higher monster from it. And while it is special summoned face up on the field, you contribute one level 7 or higher monster in attack position in addition to your normal summoner set. Now Angel 01 I actually think is a very, very cool card for Darklords, because not only do they have really impactful tribute summons like Morningstar, but you can also just reveal a big Darklord and use this as an extender for Condemned Darklord or other links or plays you might be interested in. So this card is actually very cool. But we are going to ignore the part of link plays, because we are going to tribute summon the devil. So we are going to tribute summon Darklord Morningstar. So, when this card is tribute summoned, you can special summon Darklord monsters from your hand or deck up to the number of effect monsters your opponent controls. 1, 2. So, we are going to special summon Darklord Yugioh and any Darklord monster that has the effect to copy spells or traps in the graveyard. And that's quite a few of them, the best example being Yugioh. So, these two got summoned out of the deck. And when Yugioh is normal or special summoned, we can go ahead and send a Darklord card from our deck to the graveyard. So, here is a unique thing about copying effects in Yu-Gi-Oh! This is more for Master Duel players that might be new to the game. But when you copy the effect of a spell or trap card, you are only copying the effect. Why does that matter? So, to activate this card normally, you would have to send a Darklord monster from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. So, that's not the effect. That's the cost. But since we're only copying the effect, we get to ignore not only the Darklord activation condition, but we also get to go ahead and ignore the once per turn restriction, because we are only copying the effect of this card. So, the copiers for Darklords, all of them have this effect below their main effect. you can pay 1,000 life points, then target one Darklord spell or trap in your graveyard. Apply that target's effect, and then shuffle that target into the deck. So, we sent this card. It says, fusion summon one dark fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. Then, you can gain life points equal to the original attack of the monster sent to the graveyard to activate this effect. But if you didn't do that, you ignore this gain life points part. So we are going to pay 1,000 life points to copy this with Yugioh. We are going to go ahead and shuffle that into the deck, our one-card deck, and we are going to fusion summon into the first Darklord. Now, your opponent can't target fairy monsters you control with card effects. Oh, sorry. This requires 3 dark fairy monsters, which we used. Then, once per turn, you can choose one of these effects to activate. So if you activate one of them, you cannot use the other effect that turn. But we're going to use this first effect. If this card is fusion summoned using Darklord Morningstar as material, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. So, with this very, very basic setup, we nuke our opponent's board while at the same time establishing a 4,000 attack untargetable monster. But then, at the end of this turn and to your opponent's main phase, we can activate its other effect, which is a quick effect. You can pay 1,000 life points, special summon one fairy monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position, which you can go ahead and revive Yugioh or really anything else you want to. What's really neat is if you revive Yugioh, Morningstar has a unique ability before you fusion summon where it can mill the top cards of your deck equal the number of Darklord monsters on the field, which by the time before you fusion summon is 4. So you can mill 4, and then you gain 500 life points for each Darklord card sent to the graveyard by this effect. But let's say you mill 4 and you hit a Darklord spell or trap. When you revive it with the first Darklord, when you revive Yugioh with the first Darklord, you can go ahead and copy that trap on the opponent's turn because the effect to copy is a quick effect. So if you mill a trap, let's say Darklord Rebellion, you can go ahead and use that on your opponent's turn to pop whatever reestablishment they're trying to go for. But yep, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this lets you play like some kind of cool rogue deck in any rogue tournaments, because I know those are really big in Master Duel, and I think this is one of the coolest rogue decks in Master Duel, because big monsters make a massive thud when they're summoned, and since like every monster in this deck is a massive monster, you're literally just shaking the board every time you play, and that's so hilarious. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching, and remember, Master Interflex will take your soul.